Going on the Frogwatch monitoring sessions is always a bit of an adventure because you never really know what you're going to experience and what you're going to discover as you collect your data. My name is Sonia Dunham and I am a frog watcher in Greenville, South Carolina, and I do it with my daughter Elsa, my 10-year-old daughter.
My name is Jennifer Garcia. I am the Education Program Coordinator at the Greenville Zoo. Frogwatch USA is one of the flagship citizen science programs of the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, or AZA. And AZA helped to start this Frogwatch citizen science so that we can monitor the breeding habits of anurans, which are frogs and toads. So when we go out into these wetlands, we're listening to frogs and toad calls, we're reporting it so that we can tell how their populations are either growing or declining.
My name is Hugh Van Leven. Frogs and toads are indicators of what's going on in the environment. They give us a heads up, a first shot that there's changes taking place. And are these changes good or are they bad? When our frogs disappear, there's 30% of them in the United States that are on the list for disappearing completely. We need to be monitoring that and making changes and adjustments so that that doesn't happen. Because these are on the food chain. You know, they may not be at the bottom of the food chain, but they're down there. And so what happens to them affects people up the further up the food chain. And all of that is going to impact us at some point in time. We need to recognize that and to act on that.
So after about 30 minutes past sunset, we follow a procedure where for 2 minutes we need everything to be quiet. And if anything interrupts that silence, we have to stop and start the 2 minutes over again. And then, but once we get 2 minutes of silence, then we monitor for 3 minutes. And basically we cup our hands around our ears so we can listen a little better because it helps with the acoustics. And we just very quiet, we stay quiet and just really listen and pay attention to any of the frog calls we might be hearing. As soon as that 3 minutes is over, then we whip out our flashlights and record everything that we heard. The different species, and there's a scale about how many, if it was just one individual or a full chorus, and all the information like that. So when we go to monitor frogs, it's usually a group of us, sometimes a small group, sometimes maybe a little larger. What's special about building those relationships is you're not just learning about frogs, but you're also getting to learn more about their specialties.
It's a really great ways for families to connect with each other and to have a weekly activity where they go out in nature and spend some quality time together.
So one of the reasons I really appreciate and enjoy participating in Frogwatch as a citizen science project is it's something I do get to do with my daughter, my 10-year-old. She loves reptiles and amphibians, and so to be able to encourage her in that.
If you immerse somebody in a dusk-filled park and all the cacophony of noises starts, where you hear these frogs, you hear an owl, you hear splashes of the wetland nearby, it's senses that are awakened, and it really creates a memory that you're not going to forget.
Is Frogwatch beneficial? Absolutely. This is a good way to monitor changes in the environment.
It's a great way to not only just learn more about the frog species in the area, but to expose yourself or your family to what it means to be involved in science and to the detail involved and how to just be quiet and pay attention in nature and not just rush through. Like our lives are so busy nowadays, so it kind of forces you to come to a pause and just be quiet and listen and notice what you're hearing.
If we don't take care of our facilities, our country, our climate, and our world, this affects the young people, it affects the old people, it affects everybody and everything. It's our world, it's the only one we got, we need to take care of it.